Why do so many women marry men that they despise? They actually hate the man that they're about to marry. The guy proposed to her, and she's like, "Yes, I will marry you." And in that moment, she literally knows she's making a mistake. She knows it's wrong. She knows she's going to divorce him in 10 years. But she does it anyway. In this video, we're going to discuss that. We're going to discuss why the heck, why, because I can't swear in the first 30 seconds, but why do women marry, I see this stuff everywhere, dude. Why do women marry men that they hate? Don't forget, scroll down, hit that subscribe button if you like content like this, where I get my steps in and we brainstorm why these women be like that and why they be crazy, okay? You know, this video is gonna be one of those ones, because I have a few theories, but this is one of those areas where this is more about female psychology rather than making a woman feel good or like my usual type of content. And so this topic specifically, I've been thinking about it for a while, and I've kind of like been secretly probing my female friends that are in these situations to try and like, why are you marrying that dude? Why did you marry that dude? Because you always see like the woman marrying down into a beta. You see that shit constantly, right? Which we'll save that for another video too, about how you're damned if you're a Chad and how you're damned if you're a beta. You're actually damned either way. But at least if you're a Chad, you get laid, right? But the general premise there is that if you're a Chad, you get laid as much as you want, but women are never actually gonna marry you or have kids with you because you're too much work and it makes them feel too insecure, right? So when a woman hits 30 years old, she's like, I don't wanna marry this Chad because I'm gonna have to constantly fight for his attention over other women, and that's exhausting. So I'm gonna go marry this beta over here where I don't have to do shit. And then they're also damned if they do and damned if they don't, because they choose the path of least resistance, which is related to the topic of today's video. They choose the path of least resistance, which is the beta, but they know they hate him, and they do it anyway. So let's rewind for a second. Okay, it's been 3 minutes, now I can swear. Okay, so why do women marry all these betas that they hate? They hate them, and they marry them. So I was thinking about this, okay. Again, this is gonna be one of those videos where I'm just like kind of brainstorming the things that I've kind of discovered in my journey of trying to find out, right? Mainly, what I've been finding is that women actually won't, it's hard to describe, women won't actually do anything that isn't perceived as a good move by others. Or let me rephrase that. Women only make decisions that are approved by the herd mentality, or women are so scared to stand out from the herd being their family and friends or social media, right? They're so afraid of standing out from the herd that they will almost comply themselves into oblivion. Like they'll just let me give you an example. So when a girl is dating a really nice guy, for example, this is kind of like the classic example. This is what you see most of the time, right? And girls can attest to this. When a girl is dating a nice guy, and she just has no sexual attraction for this guy at all. Dude, I know so many IRL chicks in this situation right now. No sexual attraction. The poor guy is actually desperate for affection. Like he wants to kiss his girl. he's in love with her, and she's like, ew, like she's like pushing him away and shit. I'm like, this is insane. How are they a couple, right? Like, and then here's the thing: when I see that, I'm like, why is he? That's a topic for another video. Why does he tolerate a woman that doesn't want him? He just like takes it. It's crazy as shit. But we're focusing on the female for this video. But why does she go through with it? It's because he's a nice guy. And his parents love him. Or sorry, her parents love him. Her friends think he's good for her. He's a nice guy. He buys her things. He brings her flowers. When all she secretly wants is to get railed by the Brazilian Chad with tattoos. So her secret, that's why the book 50 Shades of Grey is it's female porn, right? The woman wants to be like dominated by like this like beast. Do you know what I'm saying? And like the beast isn't a good option for marriage. So it's almost like the woman is constantly fighting. This is why they're damned if they do and damned if they don't. And then what we try to do on this channel is put ourselves in the perspective of the female, right? To understand them better. And then like what's basically happening is like the female is in this constant internal battle of logically knowing what's good for her. Remember that? That's key. And what she actually wants. And society as a whole, even though it's becoming more progressive now, and it's much more open for women to talk about this kind of stuff, it's still kind of socially unacceptable to be like, I want to get railed by the Chad. And I don't want to marry the beta. But marrying the beta is the best move for her security though. So she's evolutionarily programmed, because usually here's the conundrum of the problem. Back in the caveman days, the guy who could provide security and the Chad were the same guy. Makes sense, right? The guy that could hunt for food, the guy that was large and strong, the chief of the tribe, he was security. But he was also the Chad. In this day and age, in 2026, that man is two different people. And it's exasperated now, because now that girl isn't just competing with like 4 or 5 other girls in the tribe. She's competing on the global marketplace with Instagram and stuff now, right? So she's got this internal battle. She's like, I've got to settle. I need to focus on my security. And you know what it is? It really comes down to laziness. It's all laziness based. Women are the laziest fucking creatures I have ever encountered in my entire life. Maybe I should say humans in general, because most guys I know are lazy as shit too. It's actually insufferable for me. But the woman's like, the guy's proposing. This is like scenario number 1. I hate this guy. I'm not attracted to him. He repulses me with how ugly he is. He smells. He has bad skin. He doesn't take care of himself. He doesn't go to the gym. But he makes me soup when I'm sick. And I know that he pays for all my stuff. And when I'm 90 years old, I'm not going to care about how he looks anyway. And my family and friends like him. I guess I'll go through with it. So what happens there? Why this first scenario is a blow-up example? Again, this is just me brainstorming. She almost has to logically override what she wants with like factual data. And here's the thing, guys want this too. This is what guys try to do, and they're like autistic men, this is their game, right? They try to logically convince the woman of why he's a good partner for her. Women do that too. It's the same shit. So like, a beta autistic dude is like, I own a house, I own a chariot, I can provide for thee. We can, I don't even know why I went there, but it's like, he's trying to tell her all the reasons why he would be a good, secure option for, I'll marry you, I'll give you half my stuff, I'll pay for your handbags, all this crazy shit, right? And then it's a pretty good deal if you think about it. It's like, oh, I can, so, because remember, sex and emotional connection is not enforceable by the law, but the division of assets is, okay? So she's thinking in her mind, maybe not consciously, but she's like, okay, if I marry this guy, I never have to have sex with him, and he has to take care of me forever. So the human will choose the path of least resistance, right? So she's like, damn, that's a good deal. And I can cheat on him, and he still has to take care of me. So if I accept this proposal, it's literally a get out of jail free card for the woman on every level. So why wouldn't she do it? That's more like the logic. Okay, here's the thing. I don't think they are thinking about this consciously, but deep down they all kind of know. So there's one girl I was talking to, I'm like, why are you marrying this guy, right? I'm like, what is it? She's like, he takes care of me. I'm like, you guys have had sex once in the last year. Like, what the hell? It's like, yeah, he pays for my bills. It's like that's the bar for marriage. Like, marriage is over, dude. Like, you know how easy it is to get married? Like, it's so crazy that, like, men in 2026 and men on, like, online and stuff, they're like, I need a wife, I want to get married. It's like, bro, just go propose to any girl out there and they just say yes because they know they can take half your shit. That's what you really want? You just want some girl to take the ring and despise you for 10 years? Great. Sounds like a fucking incredible plan, brother. Like, I don't know why guys are hung up on this shit. Guys have this image of what marriage is, and that is just not what it is anymore, man. It's not it. Now, again, I don't think they are doing this consciously, right? Reason number two, that's reason number one, right? Laziness. Like subconscious laziness. They're like, if I settle with this guy, that's why they always get fat after. They get fucking obese as hell after. But if they get obese, they can still get railed by Chad. So even their personal health and fitness doesn't matter after they get married, right? So she's like, yeah, laziness. I can just if I just take this beta's ring, I'm good, right? Now, reason number two, I think this reason is under-talked or underrated a little bit. I think women get a little bit of a bad rap on this one, or on the first one, which is fair. But the second one I think is a lot more common, and it's the social pressure one. Social pressure in terms of, okay, so reason number two is social pressure. Reason number three is time pressure, okay? So let's talk about number two for a second. Social pressure, and again, women are much less likely or much less able to firewall social pressure than men are. In fact, if you go back to one of my very first videos, I think it was like video number 1 or 2 that I ever made on this channel. One of my biggest red flags, actually, my only red flag that I look for in a woman is her ability to firewall the opinion of others. That's how critical that is for me personally, right? Because, again, so back to example number 2, the woman's like, this goes even to like dating, right? It's like a girl will go on a few dates with the guy. Let's say she's kind of dating him for, let's say 2 or 3 months. I know I have this other girlfriend of mine. Not a girlfriend, but a gal pal. She does this shit all the time, dude. All the time. I'm like, you gotta stop doing this. Like I tell her straight up. So what she does is she will go on dates with like a bunch of guys at once. She'll kind of pick the ones that she kind of likes, but is unsure. And then she brings them to hang out with us in like our group. And then the poor guy has to like put on this like dancing monkey jester. Like he has to like impress us to make us like him. And then after he leaves, I'm not even making this shit up, dude. She's like, so what did you guys think of him? And dude, I could show you a text message right now, brother. She will make the decision on whether or not she sleeps with him and dates him based on the opinion of what her friends group likes. I told her, I'm like, yo, you need to stop doing this shit. Because basically, dude, I was literally just telling her this. I'm like, when you do this, it means you don't actually know what you want. You're just doing what everybody tells you to do, which is funny because you would never do what your man tells you to do. So it's like, this is my ex-wife, by the way. She was one of those people too, which I didn't understand at the time. She will do what the world tells her to and comply, but the one person that loves her the most, or the one guy that's trying to win her affection, she will never listen to that guy, right? It's the most backward ass shit, dude. So anyway, there are women out there that are like that. I would say a lot of them. It's like, do my friends like him? Do my parents like him? Would he be a good person to post on Instagram and social media? Like, you know how there's this new meme online that's like, dating women in 2026 is a humiliation ritual? And that's kind of what they're talking about there, where like, you always see like this guy spend like $2,000 on like a carved ice sculpture with like flowers saying happy 30th birthday, babe. Or they hire like a plane and they get that shit written out in the clouds and all. It's like, oh my God, dude. And then the girl, she wants to show the value of her partner and her status to other women online. So she'll post that shit on Instagram, right? So that's a big one for them too. That's a big one. That one is actually hella toxic, but it falls under the same umbrella of social pressure, right? So like, I wouldn't be surprised if the idea of dating you, like the man, if the first thought that came into her head was, how would I look dating this guy on Instagram? I guarantee that. I mean, guys kind of do that too, right? Like, but we do it more for visual looks. We're like, would I look good dating this girl on camera? Would I take pictures with her? That kind of, I mean, we do it too, to be fair. But I think we do it as I guess that's the same, isn't it? We do it as a flex, and they do it as a flex too. But they do it more from a place of approval. Like, so when they post that shit, they're looking for the thumbs ups. I guess we are too in a certain way. I've never been that guy though, so I'm actually not too sure. I've never been the guy to post. I mean, you see no pictures of any of my girlfriends anywhere, right? I was just never that guy, yeah, so I don't know. Anyway, but I know maybe there are some guys that do like that shit, though. Anyway, that's reason number 2, right? Social pressure. So the guy will literally go down on his knees and propose to this girl. And he'll be like, will you marry me? And she's like, my friends said they approve, like the girl I was talking about. And then, dude, I have a text message that's like, I literally broke up with him the next day because the friend group said they were iffy about him. I'm like, you didn't even give him a chance. So there's nothing he could have done to her mattered at all. It was all about the dancing monkey jester dance to her friends, man. It's so toxic, dude. So women are so toxic. Their clock is ticking, and or fear. This one's tough, man, because you gotta have a little bit of empathy for women on this one. It's okay. You can have empathy for women on this one, but you can also not let it be your problem either, right? That's the key. And a lot of guys, I think we're wired this way, where we will feel this need to rescue the damsel in distress. So when we see a 30-year-old girl starting to feel like that time clock ticking FOMO type of shit, and she just wants to settle as fast as possible, guys like beta males who have no options will actually see that as an opportunity. And it kind of is to a certain degree. It's an opportunity. That particular, okay, the 30-year-old eggs shriveling up, they hit the wall, all that kind of, the whole red pill hate about the wall in general. It's like, you kind of have to reverse the thinking on that one a little bit, because it's like, what if you're actually like a 30 or 35-year-old beta male? What if you just hit the genetic unfortunate lottery, like you're dumb, you're ugly, you don't make any money, like you're a loser on all fronts, right? And it's like, yeah, but that guy that's a loser, he deserves a companion still, like, or maybe not deserve it, but like, they should also have some companionship on some level as well, right? And like, this 30-year-old was wall chick or whatever. She's like, I'll just take any sperm, just impregnate me or whatever. That's the guy's shot, man. It doesn't like, yeah, she might have banged 100 Tyrones before him, but what options does that guy have, man? He's like, even, okay, here's the thing. Let's say he gets with that girl, impregnates her, gives her 2 kids or whatever. Let's say they get divorced 20 years down the line and his life is ruined or whatever. Okay, so what are his 2 paths then, right? This is total side tangent. Path A, he's alone forever because he's a fucking loser. Path B, he gets 2 kids out of it. Hey, I mean, path B, even though he knows, she knows, we all know that path B is a slaughter, is just a tram going into the slaughterhouse. And yet, he might get 2 kids out of it. So what, like, that's a pretty, dude, the whole wall thing for betas is literally the only chance they have. It's the only chance they have. Those guys, like the bottom feeder dudes, they will never know what genuine desire is. They will never have a one-night stand. They will never experience what a woman actually wanting to be around them will feel like. They're never gonna experience true love, ever. But they might be able to pump out a couple of kids and experience those things with them. So I don't think that's a bad option, man. I mean, obviously the best option is for you to improve yourself so you're not that guy. But back to the topic of the video, all the guys I see right now are those guys. The woman hits 30, she gets desperate and lazy. Into the slaughterhouse they go. But they might pump out a couple of kids. They might. And It doesn't matter. She might cheat on him with 10 other dudes. I got something in my eye here. She might cheat on him with 10 other dudes. But at least he's got a couple of kids. I mean, hopefully they're his too. That would be rough, dude. It's like you wait for the finish line at age 35, and then your kids come out like Tyrone's kids, and they're not even yours, and you're still on the hook for them? Okay, that's scenario number 3. That's the absolute worst scenario. My God, that would be brutal. Apparently, like 20% of... Well, there's like some statistic where it's like 20% of like babies aren't like the biological, or they're not the biological kids of the husband. There's some crazy shit, dude. Like that's nuts. Okay, don't be that guy. That's like cuck chode level 3 guy. Don't be that guy. But anyway, again, you can have empathy for them, but you don't have to make it your problem either. So if a woman is desperate and she'll grab anything, don't waste her time. She is on the clock. But like, you don't have to marry her, and you don't have to engage with her FOMO and her fear. That's her problem. Do you know what I'm saying? But that's basically reason number 3 why women will marry men that they absolutely hate. It's kind of because like they don't have a choice. If they want to achieve the goal of motherhood, now there is like online education nowadays teaching women to not do that and to have kids younger and stuff. But we're in this like gray zone right now where women partied in their 20s. They want to settle in their 30s, right? We're just kind of in that meta right now. So like a woman, when she gets to this point, now I believe the wall is more towards 40 now, not 30, but I already talked about that in a previous video. But like the woman will literally see the guy on his knees proposing, and she here's the crazy thing about this. She won't actually see him as her husband or her man. She will see him as a relief that she met the time clock. She punched out the time clock. Imagine her accepting the ring, and the guy is on his hands or his knees, right, proposing. It doesn't actually matter what man is kneeling down there. It could be any guy. That's the genuine desire piece. It could be any guy, and she will feel the same level of relief of, I made it. I got the clock. I can now settle. I can relax. The battle is over. I don't have to try anymore. It's this weight of this world has been lifted off of her shoulders. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's truly sad, man, because that guy has no idea what he's in for. Just a sexless marriage, a loveless marriage. She hates him. And here's the reason why. She hates him because he was the one that settled for her when she was on the clock and desperate. So if she's desperate, what does that say about the underlying frame, right? She is desperate to feel relief, and he said, okay, I will make your desperation my problem. That's not love, man. That is simping. That is you bringing yourself down to appease a woman. The level 3 is really dangerous when her fear is your problem. That means you're the simp, brother. Don't do that shit. Don't make it your problem. This video has gone way longer than I thought it would. There's actually so much more to talk about. We'll have to save it for another video. Don't forget, scroll down, hit that subscribe button if you like content like this, and I will see you in the next one.